Hola, les habla Lorena Mora-Mowry. En el mes de la herencia hispana estamos celebrando el liderazgo, la pasión, la perseverancia de las latinas de Ohio. Con nosotros
Okay.
tenemos a Maribel Gonzalez-Perry. Ella es actualmente miembro del concilio de la villa o del pueblo de la ciudad de McClure y
Sí.
no se quedó atrás, está lanzando como candidata para ser comisionado del condado de Henry. Bienvenida.
Gracias, mucho gusto que estar aquí contigo.
Maribel, yo creo que el liderazgo tiene raíces, ¿no? Y
Sí.
son de mamá, de papá, de abuelita, de todo eso. Cuéntanos un poco de tu infancia, de tus padres, cómo te motivaron a ser candidata en la política.
Pues mi mamá, mi papá, por mucho tiempo con nosotros habló de todas las cosas que está pasando con nosotros, que tenemos que hablar, tenemos que hacer cosas, porque si no, nada va a pasar bien. You know, hace que nosotros, pues mi padre eran migrantes de Texas. Mi abuelitos, mis dos abuelitos eran de México. Mi abuelita del lado de mi mamá no de México, pero sus padres son de México y España. Pero también tenía sangre de Germen, del
Alemán.
lado de mi abuelita de mi mamá. La er- Mi abuelita del lado de mi mamá. Y también el lado de mi papá son indios.
Aborígenes.
Sí, sí,
Bueno, mira, yo creo que la combinación mágica para que tú, como me dijiste, tener voz, ¿verdad?
sí,
Y algo que estamos celebrando en esta oportunidad es que si vemos algo, lo hacemos, ¿cierto?
sí. Tenemos que hacerlo. Si no, ¿quién vas a hacerlo?
Entonces, Maribel, estás en un pueblo, en una ciudad de casi 700 personas, habitantes,
Sí, sí,
y entonces tú vistes algo que no te gustó y dijiste, voy a tener que lanzarme, ¿verdad? O tengo
sí.
que ser miembro. ¿Por qué vistes esa necesidad?
Pues la cosa es que yo quiero más cosas para mi pueblito, porque nadie está haciéndolo. Se mira todo tirado y yo quiero que el pueblo se mira más bonita. Yo quiero hacer cosas por los niños. Allá yo soy, I'm in charge of también the parques para los niños. And so I do like T-ball, I do the sign up, y yo también hablo con mis familia, porque yo tengo una gran familia, which you understand that, yo tengo 5 hermanos y 2 hermanas y todos tienen niños. Allá en mi pueblito hay como mi hermana vive de ahí con los niños de ella y también mi papá, pero ya se murió, pero mi hermano vive en la casa de mi papá. am, y yo nomás, gracias a Dios que somos ahí haciendo cosas para la gente y todo.
Y cuéntame un poco de McClure. McClure está al norte, cerca de Cleveland, ¿cierto?
No, 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 no,
Toledo.
no. Somos cerquita de Toledo.
Toledo.
Yeah.
Es una ciudad
Es
agrícola,
chiquito.
es una ciudad, muchas factories, ¿cómo es?
No, no hay casi nada ahí. Es muy estirado,
Far away.
it's a poor town, and nadie tiene dinero, nadie tiene, somos cerquita de Napoleon, Ohio. Um, and Napoleon is más grande, pero it's Henry County.
So that's why you want to run in Henry County because you will have a better voice for the Latino that live in a wider area.
Okay, so in Napoleon we have, or in Henry County we have, um, what was it? I want to say 11% or 7%. Now I'm like my numbers. I was just talking to somebody. Now my numbers just got messed up. Um, I want to say 11% Latinos aquí in Henry County. Um, But the thing is, tenemos que hacer por todos. But I am like, it was so cool. So we did, me and my family, we did the parade. Para la gente que hablar Maribel, gritando Maribel cuando se miró mi nombre, I was like, oh, it was
You
awesome. It
couldn't
was
believe it. They
awesome.
know your name and they know that you're fighting for them, that you have
Yes.
a voice in the concilio and the
Yeah,
council.
and even right now, like with being on council, like the Latinos will come up to me. They feel more comfortable hablando los problemas que tiene con la gente. Like they'll come to me and they'll say, "Hey, can you help me out?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's figure this out. What do we need to do? We're here to help you. This is what our job title is." And right now, with running for commissioner for Henry County, that's my biggest thing is I want to help everybody. I don't think we should just choose only certain friends, like what's going on right now. We need to help each other. Number one.
You walk in the streets and people say, Maribel, I need you
Yep.
to fix the park. You know,
Yep. Yep. And that's the thing is I tell them, I go, look, if we had the funding, like I looked into so I have to look into a lot of stuff. Like, for example, like how much things are, like I have a certain quota for everything that I have to do. Like I have a budget. Like for our parks I have two. It's 22,000. Well, out of that I have to pay also for mowing and all that. So it's crazy. Like, we just don't have enough money.
what is your
I'm
plan?
My plan is do what God wants me to do. You know what I mean? I just put it in God's hands. And when I'm sleeping, I do my prayer before I go to bed, and then, and I'm like, God, help me figure out what I need to do next. I have two grandbabies. They're my world, but I also think of all my great nieces and nephews and the people that need help, because our world is so full of hate right now and so full of, madness. We need more love in this world. And it shouldn't matter how much money we make or the color of our skin. It should matter about treating each other with respect. Number one. You know what I mean? And that's the problem lacking in our world today is no love for each other. No, just being nice. It's sad.
I see you there because there was a need to have a voice of the Latina. Tell me about the town. They have a school, they have a police station.
So no, well, we pay for the police in McClure. We which I think is ridiculous, but um I work for the school district. Like I do a lot for our, especially the Catholic. I'm a big Catholic, but I will say this. I'm not 100% all about being, yo creo mucho en Dios. You know what I mean? I feel more comfortable in the Catholic Church. Um it's just when they put me in charge at the Catholic Church of things, and then when you see things like, for example, for people that are coming from other countries, they put me to get to understand it more, and I'll just sit there and just like, wow, the things that they have to go through, and the sadness, the pain, and being scared that you might get picked up, or you got these children here and then you're worried, like, what am I going to do if I get picked up? And they're working jobs nobody wants to work. Like, who wants to mow grass all day long, and who wants to get on top of a roof, and who wants to clean up diapers all day long and clean up after somebody? Nobody wants those jobs. So when I hear people say, well, they're taking our jobs, I'm like, what jobs? And then working in the fields, who wants to work those jobs? I'll tell you what, I don't see any of them guys working in those kind of jobs. And you get some, I'm not going to say all are like that, but majority of people that can handle working in the fields are is not Americans, you know. I will give you a little backstory of my story. Both my parents are migrants. They put us in the fields. We had a farmer come pick us up. So what I talk about is literally I understand it, I've lived it, I've done it. Okay. Um, no, we didn't live in a shack, but we would go and visit my abuelitos, my abuelitas that were in shacks. staying in shacks. So what I saw shaped me for the person I am today, you know, living through racism my whole life, and I'm married to a Weddle, and even my husband, he'll sit there and go, this is ridiculous how they treat you. And I go, it's the color of my skin and plus being a female. Okay. I have two horrible things against me, and it's sad because it shouldn't be like that. It should be more of a positive. I'm a mother, I'm a grandma. I don't do anything mean to people. I try to help as much as I can. Don't get angry at me, because you're not happy with your life, and I understand that. And I look at them like there's a reason why people are so mean, but don't take it out on me.
But I think that you being a politician, you're being a person that have seen the need to be there. I think that
Yeah,
you have a thick skin. Is
you
correct.
have to. You have to. I've born and raised here. And then when I talk Spanish, they'll say, "Oh my God, you're not." Well, and I get racism both sides, the Weddles and even the Mexicanos. Well, your Spanish is not up to par. I'm sitting there going, "Okay, I'm sorry, I'm American, born and raised, so I am what I am, and you're not taking that away from me." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Both.
it's difficult to go through
You
that.
understand what I'm talking about? Like, and I'll sit there and I'll say, like, to the Mexicanos, or they'll say, well, Mari, so I made it to this where I would say, I'm mocha Mari. And, you got to embrace it. I tell people, I go, no me importa, yo voy a hablar español, yo voy a hacer que yo tengo que hacer. A mí no me importa si no gusta, no habla conmigo. Es todo.
But I think the challenge that we that live in Ohio is that we need to manage two cultures and two languages in
Yes.
order to survive and to have a voice. Is correct?
Yes. Well, the funny thing is, so I am teaching Spanish. That's the funny thing, believe it or not. I am a Spanish teacher at the Catholic school. And the thing is, it's just I have my background. I went to school. I've done, I've worked with children all my life, and it's just we have to help our world, we have to shape our kids because they're our future. And we show them love and support, and you get what I mean? Like, and it's so cute when they're speaking like, hola, you know what I mean? Just the words that they're learning. It's just beautiful.
I see you as a leader, but as a leader that is una problem solver, ¿verdad? I see valentía, courage. I see una persona perseverance. I see how you have been able to navigate el racismo, ¿verdad? The
Uh-huh.
racism.
Well, I hope so. I hope so.
Pero
Con
¿cómo
Dios
haces
todos.
tú para que no te afecte? How is that? How you're gonna protect yourself from that? Not
Well, the crazy thing is I can like, so on council, I have some people on council that really, like, there's this one guy who says the most mean stuff ever. And I just sit there and I look at him and I tell myself, okay, why is he like this? Like he said, he goes, oh, Maribel, Maribel, he calls me Maribel. Maribel, I heard your name on the radio. You think you're this. I tell him, I go, look, I help people out. He says, he goes, oh, you think you're so special, or you're this, and I'm like, no, I don't think of myself like that. I don't think of myself like that. I think of myself as a helper. As, if someone needs help, if someone needs, like, if, for example, like if the children get in trouble and they need volunteer hours, they call me. They call me and they said, hey, Maribel, will you look over this child? It could be a teenager or whatever, and get some volunteer hours. And I'm like, yes, let's do it. You know, I knew a mother once, they were going to take away her kids, and they asked me, can you go in there and help her learn how to clean? And I said, yeah, so she won't get her kids taken away. That's the kind of person I am. I try to help people. I'm not perfect. I would never sit here and say I'm perfect, but I try my best to help.
I always say de los héroes no necesitan capas, ¿verdad?
Yep.
Sí, tú eres una persona that is, walk the talk. Tú hablas y haces, ¿verdad?
I keep telling people that. I go, look, I'm not the one that just talks. I walk it. I do it. I'm a doer, you know. I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk. And I tell people that all the time. So it's funny you mention that because that's people saying, Marty, you need to come up with a slogan. So I was thinking,
No, I
what
love that
slogan?
one. I love that. Haz lo que tú predicas, porque
Yeah.
hablar y no hacer se lo lleva el viento. Una amiga me dijo, el liderazgo se hace trabajando. To
Yep.
become a leader, you have to do it. Y yo
Yep.
pienso que tú eres un ejemplo de eso. You're an example of being a doer, a solucionar el problema. Le estás enseñando a los niños to become a problem solvers. No like que llorar, no, let's do it, but let's learn how to clean, let's take
Yep.
action. I was thinking about what message do you have for the Latino community that inspired for your work, and I just think me lo estás diciendo, working.
You just do it. You just do it. Don't ask. Do it. Do it. Just be a doer. Like, you know, I was raised with my parents that said, Mija, just they taught me from the get-go, go work. You know what I mean? Hard work doesn't kill anybody. You know what I
No.
mean? And it gives you you're setting example for other people, you know? And that's like both my parents were amazing parents. Like my mom's still alive. She she's both my parents were big Democrats. Oh my gosh. They had us do so much work for the because they had 8 kids. So we're running around doing the flyers, everybody's house, and I'm just telling you, like we need a lot of help with our Latino community. We really do. We need so much help. And I just hope that it gets done. You know,
Well, this
it
is
doesn't.
never done. It's something
Yeah,
always.
I know. You got to keep working. You got to keep working, and it's just it, and especially like the small town that I'm currently like I'm at. There's many Latinos. There is, and who is to represent them? Well, I'm like God put me here. And I hope to God that I'm able to get things done. That's why I'm going to a different position. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to win it. You know what I mean? So with God's grace, I'll get it.
Maribel, I am so impressed with your leadership, but I see your leadership with roots, with your mom and papa, the knock the doors, that to be active, to be to to have empathy, and to
Yeah.
be. I will not be able to be in the council and to see a guy saying whatever. I will be just
Oh,
like.
you should hear the words they say to me. Like I I remember the guy our administrator. He literally after council he told me he goes, "You people are the reason why we have gays in the world." And I sat there and I go, "Oh, I didn't know I was married to a woman." I'm like, "Really? I'm married to a man." And the Republicans wanted to make my relationship because I'm in a biracial, relationship not be able to be done. They consider biracial the same as same sex. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So they want to put on the ballot. It was last year. I want to say last year it was on the ballot because I also work for the voting polls too. I'm a poll worker. So the things that they put on so we can they wanted to get rid of same-sex marriages, and that included biracial marriage too. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So they put my relationship with my husband as the same as same sex.
But didn't
It
pass.
didn't pass. It didn't pass, but I'm just saying that
Oh,
is the thought that these Republicans, and I'm not saying all Republicans, I would never say that, but the ones that are making these laws, that's what they see us as biracial people should not be made. And I'm sorry, but our world is all mixed. There is not no straight race. There
¿tú no
isn't.
crees que Dios te puso ahí por alguna razón?
Yeah, I know.
But now I can hear the story and say, when she started and say, I just asked God to help me, you are there because you are needed. Y tú
Yep.
tienes que tener tu voz, and you need to have your voice. But I'm so, ¿cómo se dice? Te aplaudo because
Gracias.
your patience and your leadership is just like you're above of that people that they try to destroy you or to.
Well, and you know what? I want, like at first when it hits me, I want to cry, but I sit there, nope, nope, nope. Because you know what? You're not hurting this girl. I already taken so many hits in this world. You are not knocking me down. You are one person and you will not knock me down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fuerte.
Bueno,
God made me fuerte.
and this is the best time for me to interview you, to celebrate your leadership and celebrate that you have a voice and we have a voice.
It's funny you say it because when I was in the state of Washington, I was at a store where there was a lot of Mexicanos, right? And this Walia, she comes up and gets in front of this guy, or maybe it was a girl. I just know it was a Mexican, and she just cut in, didn't care, and I'm behind it. I'm looking around like expecting someone to say something. Nobody said a word because they're afraid to say something. I go, "Excuse me, ma'am," and she looked at me like, "Oh my God, this girl knows English." I go, "You can get in the back of the line just like everybody else. Get in line. You are not going to cut in this line. You are in the wrong place because I won't put up with it." So, and that's what we need. We need people, eyes and ears out there paying attention to how people are getting treated. And you can't be afraid, you know? You can't be afraid.
We are celebrating the Hispanic Heritage Month, your courage, your leadership, your voice, and your problem solver. But I have a voice. Enough is enough because
Yep.
we
Exactly.
are you
Yep.
running for the Harry County Commission for this year?
Yes, correct. Yep.
I know
Yes.
que vas a ganar.
Oh, si Dios quiere, con Dios todo está posible. That's how
Well,
I put it.
most important that the los Latinos register to vote y que voten. And we need you in Ohio. We don't want you to go to California. Maribel, gracias,
No,
muy amable.